Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Sim Shack. I am Sim UK. We're taking a look today at Stratego. This game is developed by the self-named developers and published by Microprose, so I expect good things of it. I got a bit of early access to this game, and I did jump in and have a quick little battle. Got my ass absolutely handed to me, which is perfect, because when you take on a new fight, when you take on a new game, you want it to be, challenging. You don't want it to be too easy. But in the same vein, you don't really want it to be too complicated unless that's the thing you're actually looking for. So we got the option of doing some campaigns, battle simulator, tutorial, and reenactments. If I go to tutorial, let's go to beginner tutorial. I'll fly through these as quick as possible, just to give you some idea of how everything works and give myself a bit of a heads up as well. Look at these helmets. Right, let's start. Pan using WASD, rotate using key Q and E, pivot using the middle mouse, and drag and hold Alt and Shift for alternate pivot modes. Zoom is R and F, and close this window and move the camera to advance the tutorial. So pretty standard stuff, works really well. Unit selection, left click to select and click and drag to lasso. Left click the ground to deselect. The state icon is displayed above a unit's banner. If that icon is red, like the charging state icon, the unit cannot be commanded if they're charging. Close this window and select your general. So I'm guessing this is our general. Commandable generals always respond immediately to orders. Non-generals must be within a general's command radius. Sorry, hang on. Loving the music. Just blowing my eardrums off a little bit. Let's take that down a couple of notches so I don't have to shout. That's better, isn't it? Right, carry on. Click the command range overlay icon button in the top left to view the command radius. A unit waiting for a courier will display the scroll icon on its banner. Press start to close this window and select your Cretan archers. So these are my guys. So command range overlay, and so everybody within that circle will have a command boost or react immediately to commands, I guess. Right. Select the archers. Press the projectile overlay button in the top left to see the maximum range. And then close this window, select your Cretan archers and right click on the enemy archers to move and shoot them. Note that the AI is static and defensive for the purpose of this tutorial. So ordinarily, I imagine they would be aggressive. So that's not working, is it? Oh, you can very faintly see. Why is it so difficult to see? This one's nice and yellow and I can see it a mile off. But no, I couldn't see that at all. Press the impetuous range overlay button in the top left. Melee units will autonomously charge enemies in front of them within this range. You can cycle through... okay, so you don't have to order them to charge when you're being charged. You can cycle through range overlays with the H key by default. And then select pike unit. So H key. That's terrible. I can't see that at all. Yeah, I think they need to change the colour of that. But anyway, we're just about hitting these guys. Let's have a look and see if any of them drop. Oh, there's one. I was going to say they might be impervious, but apparently not. You can actually hear them talking and coughing and doing whatever it is they're doing. Wouldn't it be nice if we had archers that had longer range than them? Because obviously we're losing a couple of guys as well. There's another guy dead. So it's just going to be a a range off, I guess. Right, what are we grabbing now? Using right click and drag, move units from left to right along the desired final formation line. Hold control while giving multiple orders to make a path. Hold Alt and right click to drag and move a group of units whilst maintaining facing, and scroll while doing so to change facing. Close this window. Okay, there's a few things there. So control. Oh, I see. So that just keeps them bang as they were. If I let go of Alt, then I can stretch them. So that's 3 commands I gave them there because it's all under control. Or I could just give them 1 command to move forward. What do they want me to do? Available courier count. I wonder what the couriers do. Hold control to see the waypoints of selected units. Control and Alt to see the waypoints of all units. Current waypoints are green, and pending waypoints with a courier en route are red. Interesting. Queue waypoints by holding control while giving multiple commands to a unit. Close the window and select your Greek light cavalry. So control. Okay. A unit state symbol is displayed over its banner. Receiving a charge, charging, pursuing, evading, routing, recoiling, or in melee. Units are commandable only if idle or moving, that is, if they have no visible state symbol. Right, what do you want me to do? What's going on here? Oh, I see. So my commander sends out the scrolls to give them the commands to tell them what to do. Well, I never. Here you go. Here comes the scroll. So that's okay. That does explain something. When I was playing the other day, there was a delay between me telling them what to do and them actually doing it. Now I know why. Now it makes sense. Oh, that's cool. I think these guys have run out of arrows. Waiting for commands to be given. Once again. Now, why are 2 being sent? Cohesion. Units are defeated when they lose all cohesion. Cohesion levels may be reduced by combat, shooting, allies routing, or generals dying. Cohesion goes from confident to shaken to wavering in black to routed in white. Flank attacks often cause an immediate cohesion drop. Units can be in up to 4 combats at once. You cannot charge through your own units that are already in combat. The tooltip will say the charge is blocked if you attempt to do so. Units will recoil if they overlap with allies already in combat. You win a battle including this tutorial by routing 65% of the enemy or by routing 45% of the enemy with at least 30% point routed advantage. Right, so very much hoping we hit these guys hard in the side. Oh, yeah, they would have felt that. So this is unique in this sense. Never before have you needed to have commands from your commander in order to action certain commands. So does that mean I've completed the tutorial? I'm not entirely sure. They're wavering, they're broken and shaken, so I think yeah, we have them. Oh, these guys have got projectiles. Oh, they're in big trouble. So what does that mean? Chasing down, I think that's what that means, doesn't it? Oh, look at that. They've got a proper charge going on. This is a bit weird, the way they're sliding along. But I do like how they're taking their units appropriately. I mean, these guys are getting demolished now. I take it I can't attack any of that lot. These guys are completely dispersed. Right, okay, so that's that tutorial. There's quite a bit of learning there. The whole scrolls thing is a bit of a... There you go, the horse is back. I can only issue 5 commands at a time, so that's interesting. That's all well and good as long as the AI adhere to the same rules. Main menu. Tutorial. Intermediate. Let's see what we got here. So slightly different to most RTS games of a similar sort of style and stature in that regard. I got to be honest, I didn't like the way that they sort of slid across the screen like that, but it is early access. Hopefully that will improve over time. Terrain. Rough ground and trees hinder mounted units and heavy infantry. Hindered units suffer a reduction in final cap, combat advantage points that is, and are slowed. Overlapping friendly non-light or mounted units also hinder each other, and all mounted units are hindered by the nearby presence of elephants. Interesting. All mounted units are hindered by the nearby presence of elephants. Light infantry do not cause or suffer hindrance from overlapping, and units in combat with the same enemy do not hinder one another through overlap. This is where it becomes important to understand each of your units, what kind of units they are, I guess. Close this window, press the start button, and move your bowmen into the rocky terrain right in front of them. So I'm guessing this is the rocky terrain. Graphically, I mean, that is... I've got to be honest, I've got to call it out the way I see it. The men look like gnomes. Short little fat gnomes. I don't know whether that's going to be improved or not, or maybe I'll get used to it. But they do look disproportionately short and fat, in my humble opinion. Graphically, this is not groundbreaking in any sense of the imagination. The terrain itself is, yeah, it's all right, I suppose. It's terraformed. I'm not sure whether or not characters can run up these hills, maybe up that bit there. Who knows? But yeah, okay, let's do as we're asked. So now, I'll be honest with you, if a tutorial wants me to do something quite obvious. It does say there terrain type rough, hindering bowman. One is unhindered by rough. So I didn't press start. So we're issuing that command. Oh, these boys are shaking already, look. Taking a nasty amount of whack from them. Hills, terrain, and sheer distance can block line of sight. Line of sight to units in concealment trees is greatly reduced. A unit in concealment displays a tree icon on its banner. A unit in terrain has a mountain symbol on its banner. The unit's banner will also display the hindrance icon if it's hindered by that terrain. There are enemy bowmen in the trees ahead of you, but you cannot see them as they are in concealment. Close this window and send your hypaspiti into the trees to attack the enemy bowmen. Note that the AI is static and defensive, so they're not going to attack, basically. Right, let's get some arrows on them. So what are these guys? These are my hypastii. Let's go into the trees and discover them. Right, so I think we have more archers than they do. So we should, in theory, thin them out quite quickly. And I don't like how they're shooting my men. These guys should have their shields up, surely. Defending themselves from these arrows. Certain animations at this point, not quite being seen. I mean, that's a basic response to being hit by arrows. Right, so we can see these guys now. Move to attack. Here comes the command. I think we're thinning them out quite nicely. $90 left, and we've got how many? 240. So we should be destroying them. Although apparently they're unhindered. Even though they're losing about 4 guys each time. Select your hypapastii and hover over the enemy bowmen to see their most recently resolved combat details. Oh, okay. The number in brackets next to the unit's name is an ID that can be used to track each individual unit and to search for them in the combat log. See the manual on cap charts for specific information on cap matchups. As ranged and melee combats are resolved, the number of casualties will also pop up in yellow or in red if a cohesion test was imposed. I don't understand any of that, but I kind of get the gist. Move your hoplites and pikemen into combat with the enemy cardakes to continue the tutorial. Consider keeping your light foot archers in front to screen them from enemy range fire as they advanced. So they're my hoplites. These are also hoplites. I think they're... I'll be honest. So I can see that they're hindered by the terrain and it's mountainous. So I'm continuing to fire on their archers. And they're down to 74, but they're still not bothered, apparently. Oh, what the hell? Who told you to start firing on them? I want you to fire over the top of the enemy onto these guys. So the terrain is causing hindrance. I think I'm meant to be attacking these guys, to be honest with you. Is there a command coming? Right, so these guys are routing. Commander's now going over to them. I think I'm attacking the wrong people. Anyway. More commands going out. I don't know what we're doing now. So it's turned into a free-for-all. Now, our men are going to get squashed here, which is why try to bring these guys out. To win the battle, you must drive at least 65% of the enemy force points to rout, or only 45% if the rout percent difference is greater than 30. None of that means anything to me right now. Force points are weighted as 1 point per unit, plus 1 point per non-light unit, plus 1 point per general. God knows what. Losing rounds of combat forces a cohesion test. CT. See the manual for blah, 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 blah. Units may also take cohesion tests on allies routing and generals dying. Units can also break from casualties. Select one of your hoplite units to continue the tutorial. Line shift modes determine if a unit, when available, will push back enemy units in combat, fall back themselves, hold their position, or recoil out of combat altogether. Only disciplined units may elect to fall back or hold position, and only cavalry can recoil from combat. Units in pushback mode take more casualties and suffer an extra -1 on CT rolls, and do not enter mutual melee. Passive units in fallback mode also suffer. Okay, so they become weaker basically. You can use line shift modes tactically to try and open gaps in the line for flanking, or to keep your cavalry more mobile. Try setting your middle infantry unit to fall back and your flank infantry units to push back to see this in action. Ongoing melees that are not yet flanked. Okay. So where do we do that then? So that's pushback mode. Oh. So we'll push back with those guys. Fall back with those guys. Actually, come up here and attack them. That's what I want, I think. My boys here have been routed. I thought they would. So somehow these boys have been routed. Plan your moves ahead of time and keep most units close to a general, as there's a delay in giving orders. Yeah. Shout radius. Hold control to issue waypoint commands and issue Generally, you want to give move commands, then let the units decide when to charge or who to shoot. But within close range, you can also give manual attack commands. So this is the difference, I think. We need to let our units do what they're trained to do. Whereas in most RTS games, we literally have to send them in and attack and tell them which way to face and kind of do everything. So I've got to defeat the enemy now, which is a bit scary because I think we've just lost some men. Right, so our guys here have done an excellent job. There's none of them left, basically. Let's see if we can push through our own men here. So our horses have just gone straight back in there, which is not what I wanted them to do. As soon as we're the commander, surely severely hindered by trees. Well, come out of the trees then. That's what I wanted you to do. These guys are screwed. They're getting hit from so many different angles. Now, I don't know if our own men are getting hit by any of these spears. I suppose there's a chance, and the arrows as well. But this lot should be squashed and done very quickly, I would hope. But they seem to be actually doing all right, don't they? They don't seem to be all that bothered by what we're doing. Trying to fight on two different fronts. They're doing an incredible job, considering. Right, okay, so job done. I'll be honest with you, the feedback that I'm getting off the game is not as clear as other similar sort of titles. I'd like to see that improved somewhat. Let's do the advanced tutorial. As I said, I'd go through the tutorials. And then we'll throw ourselves into a battle. Certainly there's a lot here that I like. I like the commands from the commander taking a bit of time to get to the units. That's something I'm going to have to adjust to. Especially when I make a decision and then change my mind. That really doesn't work. So you need to be very definitive about what you want. Make sure you get it right the first time. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Pyrrhus invades Italy. In this final tutorial scenario, you will fight as Pyrrhus of Epirus in his invasion of Italy. Your core professional troops consist of Epirotti Phalangites, excuse my pronunciation, Greek Peltasts, and Istophoriae cavalry. Bloody Nora. You are also supported by local Samnite and Lucarnian allies and Greek colonists from Tarentum, fighting in their characteristic light cavalry style, or as hoplites, excuse me. You have retrained some local allies as pikemen. They are rated as raw pikemen, Lucaspides, or white shields. Your Roman opponent is from the late Camillian to early Polybian era, fighting as a mix of spearmen, heavy javelin shock troops, and lightfoot javelin men with a small quantity of lower quality compared to you, cavalry in reserve. Unlike the previous tutorials, the Romans here are aggressive, but not using the fully dynamic battle AI, and outnumber you, especially their infantry. So it would be wise to use the terrain to your advantage. Defensively, use what you have learned from the previous. Okay. Light infantry, undisciplined, 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 disciplined, disciplined, undisciplined, disciplined, disciplined, undisciplined. Okay, interesting. Disciplined, undisciplined, undisciplined, disciplined, undisciplined, undisciplined. So they're weaker on the left. They're also undisciplined. They're also undisciplined. Okay. So, oh, hello, what's this? Light cavalry over here. Cavalry, cavalry. Oh, we got something hidden in the trees. Warriors. Undisciplined warriors. And these guys are? Crikey. Well, this could be the battle we were talking about. Indian elephants. So when it says all mounted units are affected by elephants, can I move them? No. I can't physically relocate them. So does that mean our units as well as theirs? Is that how that works? Very difficult to know, isn't it? Right, so we've got heavy infantry, we've got light archers. I think they're the only archers we've got. Are they the only archers we've got? So we have one set of archers there, one set of archers there. And they have 2, 3, 4. Javelin, javelin, javelin. Oh, they're all javelin. They're not archers. Do they have no archers? They have a lot of javelin, but no archers. Okay, so what sort of horrible terrain is there? There's not really any horrible terrain. It says here, rough, concealment hindering. So, okay. Right, okay. Let's just go into it. I'd like to have these guys in fallback mode, but apparently I can't do that. I'm going to have them walk forward. I'm going to have them walk forward. And I want to take them out. Now, they've just got a command. Now, that's annoying. They've gone off and done their own thing. But they are undisciplined, so maybe that's why. I kind of wanted to do the same thing over here. Crikey Moses. Cannon's going to get my line right. There we go. Got it eventually. Right, so desperately want to fight them like that. I think I've routed their enemy. Now they're pushing us back, which is not good. Come on, boys and girls, get stuck in there, please. So this attack on these boys is not working as well as I hoped. Where are my elephant boys? So they are somewhat hindered. Bloody hell, they pushed us right through here, look. Right, so we've finally taken some attacking route on this side, which is good because we've not been holding them off particularly well. We want to come in on the backs of these boys now. I think we're slowly taking control of this situation. I don't seem to want to move. I don't seem to want to do anything I tell them to do. These guys are routing. We're in round the back of them. So I wanted to bring the horsemen out here and then have them attack from the side. That clearly didn't go very well. We're losing some units here. This is bad, 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 bad news. Our boys there are not doing a great job. Nobody seems to be getting stuck into anybody. Everyone's routing on that side, so we should be able to make something of that. How are we doing over here? It's not looking great. Can't seem to get them to... I can't seem to get them to get in. Right, we've turned this attack round. That's good. This is still in the balance. These guys are just... I don't know what their deal is, but they seem to be very good at just holding us off. Zurich Army wins. Well done, us. Okay, so we've gone through the tutorials. We've had a fight. There's a reenactment. Loads of big battles, I guess. You can change the difficulty levels. There's a battle simulator. This is where AI versus AI, which I think was the first thing I did, actually. See here, settings. And show dust. Enable grass. Use projectile trails. No. Use clone models. Don't know what that means. Disable oversized units. Disable barks. Disable hover sounds. Sandbox unit selection. FPS cap. 144. Doesn't really need to be that high, does it? I can mute music there. Enable double click movement. Now, double click is something that I've always done. We've got the key rebinds as well. So you can change all of that. That's not a problem. Let's have a little look at a campaign. I haven't done this before. So we could be Alexander, the Wars of the Didoc, early Rome, the Peloponnesian War, Hannibal, First Punic War. That's the Sicily campaign. Let's go early Rome. I'm curious. Following the overthrow of the Etruscan king of Rome, Lucius Tarquinius Superbus, and the proclamation of the Roman Republic, the deposed king fled to the Etruscan city of Tarquini and Veii and secured them as allies in his effort to reclaim the Roman throne. Tarquinius led the combined force of the two cities towards Rome, whose army met them in a nearby forest, the Silva Arcia. Tarquin himself commanded the infantry, while his son Arruns led the cavalry. The Roman forces were led by Consulus Pobulus Valerius and Lucius Junius Brutus, Valerius commanding the infantry and Brutus the cavalry. So let's go for hard difficulty and to see how quickly they kick my butt. Because they will. Absolutely sure of it. It's also a little bit discombobulating that I can't set up my units for the fight before the fight. So I'm guessing these are our guys. See, these are light javelin men. Equities, cavalry. But no archers. No archers at all. How odd. Maybe that's a British thing. Who knows? Right, so what do we got here? We've got cavalry out on the right. So I think the first thing we're going to do is bring our cavalry up here onto the hill. That way we can engage their cavalry should we need to. Let's move the spears forward. So commands are coming in now. They do have archers, which is most concerning. They're going to get angles and attacks on us much earlier than we are on them. Well, let's see how this pans out. Okay, so they're going in. And what I want to do is come round and absolutely destroy this lot. Let's go, guys. Attack now. See, look, they pulled out of that fight against my commands, which this is what I'm struggling with a bit. So I can understand you need to let them get on and do what they've got to do, but they're not actually doing anything I've bloody asked them to do. To see, you can't give commands to units that are already in battle or whatever. So now my horses are routing. So we've done a good job of turning them. Now their archers are really upsetting me. The general's died. That's not good. That's going to upset everybody. And again, the units have just kind of gone off and done their own thing. So the archers are just owning us at this point, aren't they? They're all just doing whatever they want. The Prussian army wins. So we won that. How the hell have we won that? No, hang on. We're Roman. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Right, okay. So why have they won? I suppose our general's dead, which is not a great start. But I thought, you know, if anyone was going to do as they were told, it would be the general. But no, they did not do as they were told at all. Why are they all routing? They're definitely giving up too early. Now their general's dead. So does that change things? I should like to think that it does. These guys are absolutely screwed. And these guys just gave up. I mean, why give up? They look like they were doing okay. I mean, yeah, they've completely routed us now. That's really annoying. Restart. I'm just curious if I can do something slightly differently. I mean, the fact that they have archers, I find archers to be one of the most effective units on a battlefield. So once again, I cannot move them. Oh, I can move them. Okay. So I was incorrect about that. It's not really telling me what the terrain is, but anyway, we'll have those guys out there then. And right, so these guys are medium infantry, so we'll have them up here along with these medium infantry units. And these are a heavy infantry mob. So let's select them and them. Have them slightly further spaced out. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's try one more time and just see if we... Oh, look, they put the guys the other side. The SOBs. So they're hampered. Let's get them off that hill. I don't know what they're hampered by. Okay, now they're not hindered. So our range here is really short in comparison to them. So let's try and get those guys where we want them at first. I can't put them in fallback mode, which is again annoying. We're going to try and take out as many of these archers as we can. Bearing in mind they've got more spearmen than us, more projectile units than us, considerably. Okay, so they've backed off. Oh no, they haven't. So can I cancel that command? So my horses have just decided to go and attack here. which is absolutely not what I wanted them to do. But I do want these guys to come around the back and take these guys out. So that would be cool if that works. I want these guys to come back here, please. So I think this is their general. I'm not sure. Oh no, this could be their general here, actually. So they can't be giving any commands because they're being hindered. These guys are going to have to attack and attack and attack and attack. So lots of commands being given there. So we seem to be in a better state than first time. Now these guys, what are they going to do? I'd like to get these archers killed out. Yeah, they're coming into the side of them. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Both of our horsemen are going for their archers, and we'll take these guys out as well. So far, so good. This is a vastly better battle than the first one. Once these guys are finished here, we're going to take these boys out. So, at the moment, I can't seem to attack them, which is ever so slightly frustrating. Right, so everyone's getting stuck in. So now hopefully we can attack them. So we've routed that unit. Let's turn on them. So we've now got 2 units attacking their horses, hitting them from 2 different sides. They'll be our next targets. For some reason we can't attack these boys. Yes, we can. So they're getting hit from 4 or 5 different sides. Any second now. Win a battle without any of your units routing. Nice. Haven't finished yet. Carry on. Send those units up there. All these units here. Surprised these guys have lasted as long as they have. There you go. Oh no, what? How have they made our units route? That's ridiculous. We had 2 lots of horsemen to their 1 lot of horsemen. Oh, I'm furious now. How has that happened? Look at that. They've chased off all my horsemen. That's utterly impossible from where we were. Why would they still be running? They can see we're smashing this battle to bits. Right, get stuck in there, lads. Give them everything you've got. Well, considering their horsemen are meant to be weak in comparison to our own, I really am very disappointed. Who are these guys? Who do they belong to? I'm very disappointed in how our horsemen just totally gave up there. There we go. Control. These guys are horrendously taking the mickey. There you go, we got him. Kill him on the way through, boys. Oh no, they've routed us again. That horse unit of theirs has gone through like 4 lots of our men. This is just ridiculous. Go there. Their horses are going to win this battle. I'm outraged. What is so good about these horsemen? Look at them. Everybody attack these horsemen. I'd also quite like... Where did that horse come from? I'd also quite like to change how... What's going on here? They've decided to get... Right, okay, they're routed at last. They decided to get close and personal there, it looks like. But these horsemen are just not... They are veterans, I suppose, but they're undisciplined. There's only 62 of them. Yeah, you'd be right to bugger off, I tell you what. So what are they doing? I think they're doing a runner, or they're turning around and preparing for the next fight. I can't believe how tough these horsemen are. They turned all of our horsemen, including our general. Oh no, there's our general. Or is that our general now that our general has buggered off? I think it might be. Come on then, buggers. I think you're all tough on that. Just won't get involved, will they? Maybe we can just force them off the... force them off the battlefield or something. But they're not engaging with us at all. These guys just decided to charge. Oh, this is infuriating. The bloody wussies. Right, they're actually going at it. They're shaken at last. And they're routing at last. Hurrah! Total victory. That's not too bad, is it? I mean, we got our asses kicked on the first go. You kind of would expect that. Second go, a little bit better, a little bit more composed. I think we did the right thing, sending the spearmen or the javelin men up early. So that what's this? 100% routed compared to our. We can turn that off completely. That's pretty cool. What do I do now? Combat log. So that's a breakdown of the whole fight. Okay, so we completely destroyed them. And that was on hard difficulty. So that's good. It can be done. Yeah, I mean, it's an early access title. I've looked at the roadmap. Basically, they're going for bigger, more bigger, as in wider reaching, and more depth in terms of campaigns and maps and available units and things like that, which is pretty cool. There's some bits. I think I'd like to see some stuff done there with the animation, certainly. And I'm still a little bit not quite sure how to take units that just decide to attack. I think there's still some things I need to learn. The tutorial maybe hasn't taught me everything. I'd like to change formation. I'd like to be able to have units stand further apart. I know you can stretch them. That stretches the line, but I'd like to stand them further apart so that other units can walk through them, things like that. There's a lot of good there. I think it's quite a good little game. And at the moment on Steam, it will cost you a whopping £20, which is neither extortionate or super cheap. It's very middle of the ground for a game sort of title like this. But yeah, hopefully development will continue. And definitely one to watch, I would say. I've enjoyed playing that. The reenactments, I imagine, are quite fun. Should we have a look at one just really quickly? Now, this, I imagine, is just a huge battle. Pre-set and ready to go. And you just pick a side and fight to the bitter end. Yeah. I've got to say, I was quite surprised that their horsemen were able to turn both of our horse units away, bearing in mind we were attacking them on two different sides. They were veterans, we weren't. Fair enough, but they didn't seem to be in the least bit damaged after it. Oh my good lord, look at the size of this battle. Yeah, I mean, that's quite intense. That's a lot to look after. And when you've only got you've got 60 available couriers. You can issue 60 commands at once. Goodness me. Now, I'm not quite sure. Are the red our army and the white their army? Oh, yeah, it must be. So it's a battlefield preset and ready to go. Can I move? Anyone? No, I can't. So it's like preset. And that's that. That's what you're fighting with. So they've got a commander. Oh, I see. There's more than one commander. You have different ranks of commander and stuff. So what might be cool is through a campaign, if some of your units start ranking up and become more effective at fighting, become veterans like those horses were and just take on an entire army just on their own because they're so bloody hard. Yeah, that would be interesting. Okay, well, hopefully I've shown you everything that you wanted to see. You've got a good taste for it. We've done the tutorial. We've had a couple of battles. We've lost one. We've won one. And you can see how big. I mean, this is a grand scale battle. I'm not going to start this one now. But you can see that you can get into it. As far as FPS goes, I'm ticking over at 30 frames per second at the moment, but we're in like paused menu. I'll just unpause it for a second, bearing in mind I'm playing at 4K. So we're maintaining 30 frames per second or just under. 27, 28, but it's a steady 27, 28. See what happens if I get down and close into this battle. Nothing really, it sort of stays the same. The gnomes going at it. See, look, they're just off doing their thing. And it said I can, like, set them to do these pushback, fallback mode things. What a load of rubbish. I couldn't get anyone to do that at all. Quite literally, they all just do whatever they want. I'm just kind of observing at this point. We're going to have to send some units over there because we're losing that battle dramatically. Are these there elephants? Ooh, gold. You have to do something about the elephants. They're a real pain in the bum. Right, so I can see our unit over there is taking some damage. Oh, more bloody elephants. Elephants are big scary things. They start attacking you, you're going to, you know... You're going to know all about it, aren't you? For some reason I can't attack those elephants. But I can attack these horses, apparently. All a bit unfair, I'd say, at the moment. So we've done a terrible job of killing the elephants over on this side. What? Sometimes I just can't seem to get a shot on them. Right, we've actually routed the elephants. Now that's quite an achievement. Quite impressed with us there. I'm not sure why these guys are buggering off in the way that they are. It's all kicking off, isn't it? I don't think that would take long. The Carthaginian army wins. Fantastic. Which one are we? Oh, what? We lost. How have we lost? I tell you what, these armies do not give up early. It's really quite disappointing how quickly they just wussy out. I'd say this battle is, you know, only just beginning. It's not bloody nearly over at all. But this is the problem, possibly, with this game, is that all of the unit, I mean, there's so many units to keep track of, and they're all just bloody doing what they want. None of them are attacking who I want them to attack. It's like... See, look, if we turn this corner here, and we could, because we got lots of men. Yeah, they're routed. Admittedly, we've lost one unit there. But they're all just running away like a big bunch of wussies. So we're doing a good job over there, and this lot haven't exactly given up, have they? Admittedly, they've turned us here now. But again, you know, I just don't feel like I particularly have control of my units. You know, they're not standing ground when I want them to stand ground. They're dissipating when I want them to stand fast. See, some units are doing what I want them to do. Yeah, I mean, it's... I think our men just gave up too early there, I'll be honest. Quite disappointed with them. Nobody's getting a Christmas bonus, let's put it that way. And they're just using horses that, like, come in and then run away again. But our horses don't do that. Our horses run in and they bloody stand there getting squished and annihilated for no reason whatsoever. Again, can't seem to attack these guys. Why not? I mean, we just need to finish them off. Why not let us do it? So we're not out of this fight yet. There's all to play for. Anything could happen at this point. Very small unit of men there. They should be... With all these spears coming at them, I can't understand how they're still fighting, I'll be honest with you. Let's send our boys in there. That's the first time I've seen a unit that's disbanded turn around and come back. Now this could be a terrible, terrible attacking move. Or it could be the best thing I've ever done. Right, so these guys are turned. Bloody good job too. So we're wavering these guys. These guys have just, I think, done one. We're doing a good job of not getting our asses absolutely handed to us on a plate, I would say. Considering the game decided, look, these boys over here are doing a great job. They're taking on like 3 units and they're wavering now. Okay, but I mean, it took 3 units to turn them. I said I wasn't going to play this, didn't I? So, I mean, it has that going for it. It's quite Moorish. It's one of those games that you want to get into. These javelin-y guys are really irritating me. These guys should be gone any second now. And then we can take these guys out. I'd love to kill these guys, but they just run away all the time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're getting routed again. Now they've got all their horses from over there. So we routed all of those units. So now these horrible throwy people causing all the problems. Oh, these guys are about to give up. These guys are completely surrounded. I mean, yes, we lost, but I think we gave a good account of ourselves, I'll be honest. Come on, boys, be rallied. Anyway, I had some horsemen. Something they could do. I mean, we're outnumbered now. Yes, we've lost, but I think we did all right. So last 3 units. Can we speed up the time a bit? No. Disabled after first contact. Get in there now. Get in there now. Give these shaken boys at least a bit of a chance. Now they're shaken. Go on, lads. They're wavering. They're wavering. We got one of them to stand down. These guys are about to turn. And these guys are about to turn. Oh, maybe I don't understand what this is. Look at these lot not getting involved. They're like, no, sort it out amongst yourselves. Nothing to do with us. So they're wavering, but they haven't given up. I tell you what, we're making a good account of ourselves. If it wasn't for these throwy people, I think we might even have had a chance. Right, who thinks they can take us on next then? See, this is the problem here, isn't it? They're on horseback, we're on foot. I mean, what can we do, really? Right, these guys were a bit shaken. So I'm going to stand them in the middle. See, look, they're wavering. Come on, look how many men you got. Come and sort us out. Come and show us how tough you are. No matter what happens, lads, you've done a fantastic job. All of you. There's about 300 men left. As in the movie. Come on then. Do you want to have a go or what? Big bunch of pansies. Nice, we've routed them as well. I mean, is there any chance on planet Earth we could still win this? You would think not, wouldn't you? Problem is, do these guys still have loads of javelins? Doesn't really say. If they've lost all their horsemen, these are the last of the horsemen. Perhaps we ought to go and have a word with them. Right, so whilst we're doing that, let's see if we can actually put some sort of command hold mode, pushback mode, fallback mode. There we go. That's the only way we're going to win this. Actually, I think these are the toughest guys, so maybe these guys should be in pushback mode. Just these guys. Everyone else should fall back. Be interesting to see what happens. And there's a lots of dead bodies all over the place. You would think that too would hinder movement, but no, we just trample over them, no problem. So it's actually telling me these guys are hindered because of rough terrain. What does that mean? God only knows. I don't understand half of what I'm reading there. Right, we're moving into position. See what happens. None of the AI are moving. I don't really understand why. Perhaps because they feel like we've already won the battle. We don't need to continue fighting. Here we go, here we go. So these guys are now going to charge us. And the horses are running away. So they should fall back. Oh, they're falling back. Interesting. So we're pushing them back to the water. Good on you, boys. You're taking too long. They totally did us there, didn't they? Why are you not running? These guys are doing amazing. Go on then, get stuck in. Flipping hell, you're taking forever. Oh no, that's not good. I think we're winning this battle. I can't believe we are, but I think we are. Come on, don't give up, lads. Don't give up. Get stuck in. Come on. I know they tricked us into that little manoeuvre a little bit, didn't they? We've almost turned their last horseman. Don't let me down. Come on, rally. Rally, rally, rally. Get involved. Rally. Take them out. Come on. Don't be scared, boys. Don't be scared. Look, these guys are shaken. These horsemen are not shaken, I admit. But there's only like 3 of them. Now they're shaken. Come on, boys. Oh, they've given up. Oh no, they turned us right at the last second. Oh, that's heartbreaking. If we'd have smashed these 3, I reckon we could have taken these last 5 if we still had 3 units, but is there not like a rally cry I can use or something? Come on, boys. Don't give up. So, look, we're absolutely kicking these guys' butts. There's so many more of them than there are of us, but I don't know why we're double R bastards. They're about to rout. That's it, they're gone. Are they coming back? No, I thought they were coming back for a second. Come on, boys. Come back and finish these guys off. They're almost done. We so nearly turned that around. So nearly had them. I mean, how ridiculous. Why would they be routing? You'd look and you'd say, look how many men we've got compared to them. You'd just come and stand over here, wouldn't you? So I do think they give up too easily. Run speed toggle. Don't really know what that means. Here we go. Now, our last unit nearly pushed you back to the water, and they're not as tough as we are. So let's see how this goes. Instantly they're turning. Look. Oh, we're shaken. I suppose we've just come out of another battle, haven't we? So we're pushing them back. We're pushing them back. They don't like it. They want to drop back so they can throw spears at us, but we're not going to let them. Every time they step back, we step up. There you go, look. I don't know what this thing means then. I thought this was an indication that they were breaking, but apparently not. What happens if we push them back into the water? Men are dropping on both sides. It's a proper fight to the death here. I think they're actually winning this. It doesn't look like they are. But the terrain we're pushing them back towards is terrible. So if we can get them there, they'll be at a severe disadvantage. And then maybe we can turn them. Ah, there we go. 100%. Right, that's enough for me, guys. Hopefully I've given you a good look at this game. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Goodbye for now.